I'm Josh Adams, Product Manager for DC Power Solutions here at Enersys. Let me ask you something. How much floor space do you think you're losing for accessibility on your DC power systems? If you're like many operators, it's likely a lot more than you think. And it's costing you in design, flexibility, and even revenue. That's why I'm excited to introduce our CXPS-W True Front Access Power System. A solution designed not just to solve a technical problem, but unlock true operational efficiency. What we've noticed over the years of deploying power systems is that for a power system to be usable, functional, and deployable, we have to have easy access to all customer connections. This seems obvious and trivial, but it's often very overlooked. On our historical DC power systems, the AC input connections were at the rear of the rectifier shelves, making it very hard to access. And not only was it hard to access, but it also limited the space where operators could put our system. They were unable to push it up against a wall, tuck it in a corner, or bring equipment right up on either side because they needed to have that access to the AC input connections. So how is the CXPS-W True Front Access an upgrade? Well, it's the True Front Access part. All critical customer connections, the AC input, the DC output, and the battery connections are made from the front. What does that look like? Well, let me show you. I'm going to start by removing this insulative cover. This covers the AC terminal blocks. The terminal blocks are not live, so there's no live AC wiring. Starting at the top of the system, we have symmetrical AC knockouts for bringing your cables in. Those cables are fed into a cable runway on either side of the distribution center. At the top of a cable runway, we have removable AC panel covers that help feed the cables down. At the bottom of the channels, it's open for where the cables come out. You then have your AC terminal blocks where the customer connections are made. These terminal blocks are factory wired to the rear of the rectifier shelves, so all rear AC wiring has been done by the time it reaches your customer site. That makes your AC wiring front access. The DC output connections are also front access, and your battery connections are also front access, making the CXPS-W a true front access power system. A typical site layout would consist of a DC power system like this W plant and one or two adjacent battery racks to increase your battery runtime. A typical site size of a shelter or a walk-in cabinet is 8 feet by 10 feet. For traditional rear access power systems, you have to dedicate at least 2 feet of space behind the system to make your connections. At an 8 by 10 shelter size, that actually equates to 17.5% of your floor space gone. That space you're not using for revenue generating equipment, that space you're not using for expansion, that space you're merely using for accessibility to your rear access connections. If you're ready to reclaim your floor space, simplify your installs, and future-proof your site designs, and the CXPS-W True Front Access is ready for you. Visit Enersys.com to learn more about our True Front Access power systems and how they can transform your site designs.